Hey, so in this video I show you how to make a liverwurst with cream. First of all, you need some pork liver, then some pork meat. The important part is you can use cheek or belly, but you need enough fat so the sausage gets like creamy later. We will also add some cream, makes sense because of the name. And then for spices I use some onion, then some salt and cure, black pepper, and here I have some allspice, ginger, mace, and cardamom. And that's it basically for the ingredients. I would say let's start with the process. First of all, we cut the meat into cubes or strips and then place them in a plastic bag. You could also do it without the plastic bag, however, then you need to weigh the meat now and also after cooking because it will lose some water. This plastic bag we are now putting into 78 degrees Celsius water for 90 minutes. This way the liquid will stay in the bag and we can use it later on. In the meantime, you can cut the liver into cubes or strips as well. Just make sure it fits your meat grinder later on. And then for the onions, I like to cut them and then saute them a bit either in ghee or pork fat. They don't need to be crispy, just make sure they lose a bit of water, they get a bit sweeter. I like the taste better in the liver sausage. In the end, they should look like this, and that's enough browning, that's all what we want. Once the meat is cooked, as you can see here, we can use the liquid. This would be the point where you weigh the meat afterwards if you cook it in water and then re-add the water. However, you will lose some taste because it's diluted with the water you cooked it in. Then grind the meat, the liver and the onions through the meat grinder with the finest perforated disc attached. This way the food processor later on has an easier job. And once the meat is done, you can add it to a food processor or like a food cutter depending on what you have. Add the cream, add the spices, the salt, the cure, and then you can mix everything thoroughly and get it to the desired texture. If you want to have like a coarse liverwurst, you could also have it, then don't use a food processor, just mix everything without it. This is the texture I'm aiming for, really creamy. And then it's time to fill the sausage. You could either use artificial casings or you could fill it into jars and cook it. Depends on what you want. If you do it in jars and then preserve it, the shelf life will be much longer. But if you use it directly, you can also just use artificial casings and poach them. Close the jars and the lids, and then we get them into 100 degrees hot water and cook them for at least 2 hours. And after the 2 hours you let them cool down and it is basically finished. And as you can see here, it is nice creamy texture. As I said, it's fine because we put it in the food processor, and taste wise it's rich, it's creamy, it has this light cream taste to it. Yeah, it's like super balanced. I can definitely recommend to try it out, especially if you don't like a strong liver taste. Full recipe as always is below. If you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.